Moto 60 show, 11 a.m. Pacific. Thanks for watching on the YouTube and YouTube Premium people as well, and or listening on the archives on the podcast, which I prefer to do, listen on podcasts. But if you're watching my beautiful face, thanks. I appreciate it, man. 702-586-7857. Give us a call, and we'll talk some Pittsburgh Supercross. First time back in Pittsburgh since 1983. I heard ticket sales are bazonkers, so lots of fans will be there. Weather seems should be okay, but maybe not. I heard press day is already canceled on Friday, or tomorrow, I should say. And, yeah, man, looking forward to talking Pittsburgh Supercross and more. Can Webb stop the Sexton train? Can RJ Hampshire, South America continue their battle into the East? Lots to get into. 702-586-7857. Zach Osborne and Cade Clayson will be calling in to share their thoughts. We're going to pair 100% goggles to give away as well. And lots more to talk about tonight in the show. So thanks for watching and listening to Fly Racing Moto 60 show. FlyRacing.com. Cooper Webb, Hampshire, Wilson, Hymas. So many guys running Fly Racing. And if you use the code Pulp MX at checkout, you can save. So the Formula helmet's amazing. You got to read up about it, whether it's the Rheon technology, whether it's the Conehead EPS design. It's super quiet, lightweight, great graphics as well. They got a bunch of different models of the Formula, so different price points. Thank you to folks at Fly Racing, the best helmet out there, man, that Formula. I'm telling you, it's amazing. FlyRacing.com. Evo Gear Kinetic Mesh is out now as well. It's the most breathable, lightest weight, coolest gear out there. And when I say cool, I don't mean the looks. I mean the venting, but also the looks I also mean as well. Okay, FlyRacing.com. Use the code PulpMX to check out and save with them. Thank you to those guys. Maxxis Tires, Get Data. Decal Works, 100%. O'Neill Team Home Lending, Seat Concepts, all on board with us as well, as are you people. I want to thank the folks at 100%. Pulp MX 30 is the code to save. We've changed that code. It is Pulp MX 30 at 100%.com. Jet Lawrence, Cooper Webb, Hymas, Vial, and more. You're wearing 100%. They're iconic brand, of course, since the 80s, and now they're making goggles, sports sunglasses, casual wear sunglasses, clothing, mountain bike gear, all of it. And the code PulpMX30 saves it with you with 100%. Getting Dave Janolfi in here at some point from 100% to co-host the show with me. So thanks to those guys for coming on board. Use the code and save. Decal Works as well. Best graphic company in the biz. Pulp MX 25 is the code to save with them, and the Red Bull KTM team uses them. Husqvarna off-road team. They will give you a proof. They will put your logos where they want. They'll design the numbers, do whatever you want for graphics, and they'll do a good job at it, and they'll do fast and great pricing as well. The quality is phenomenal. Thanks to the folks at Decal Works for coming on board. Pulp MX 25 is the code to save with decalmx.com. 702-586-7857. We got a few lines open to talk Pittsburgh and more. Taking your calls over there, holding things down in the corner. Coming in early, grinding away. The Tish Legendary. Tits, what's up?
Hello, sir. I am happy to be here.
So last week, we had Brunt work boots come on the show.
Yep.
Thank you to the guys at Brunt.
Thank you.
Pulp MX code to save.
Yes.
And your kid got the first pair.
Yes, thank you for that.
Because I don't really need work boots.
Yeah.
I'm not out there grinding.
Yeah, me neither.
So can I have a report on the Brunt work boots from the child?
Yes. Not right now, though.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Not right now.
Not
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, okay.
I apologize. I was not given an actual time frame on said review.
Just generally speaking, you know.
He actually hasn't started working for the summer yet. Usually that's when they get used.
No, I didn't. He's
still in school.
This was not communicated to me when you asked for the boots for free. This was not communicated to me at all.
When I begged you, please
give
me free work boots,
yeah,
please.
Exactly. No,
I know they don't want to give me any, but please. Yep.
Quiet down.
My apologies.
All right, taking the video, working the video. The Travis Marks. What's up, Marks?
And not asking for free things.
Not asking for free
ever.
things. No, never.
He's
coming in, working hard. That's what he does.
Just making it happen, getting it done.
Thanks, buddy. Hey, by the way, really excited with Travis's help and Swisscore's help. Really excited to talk about our Pulp MX Gives Back 501c nonprofit that we launched today. We were going to do it with a campaign for a brand new YZ450F. Thank you to Yamaha, guys. They're unbelievable. But with Jerry Robin getting hurt, we pivoted to that, and we're going to help Jerry with this, the first campaign, pulpmxgivesback.com. Go there. You'll see we need $7,700. Jerry's number 77. We need $7,700 by next Friday because we put Kyle Chisholm, as we announced on Monday, we put Kyle Chisholm in the race for Jerry. All the money that Chiz wins will go to Jerry from the LCQ race next Friday. And to make it even cooler, Chiz will run 77 on the Hep Suzuki in honor of Jerry on his jersey, on the bike, if we get $7,700 on Pulp MX Gives Back. We're up to like $3,000 right now, Marks, right? Ish.
Yeah, we're cruising.
We're cruising along, so we need a little bit more money for next Friday. Pulp MX Gives Back, 501c nonprofit. And then the idea, and I'll talk more about this on some other shows, by the way, the idea is to help injured riders. All the money is going to go to injured riders, so Chad Schultz, Jerry Robin, so on and so forth. The first campaign will be that motorcycle. The second campaign will be a trip to Vegas and sitting in on the Pulp MX show. Another campaign will be going to tickets to a race with me, sitting in the press box as well. Another campaign will be helping Travis Marks out from day to day. So we've got a lot of things going on. PulpMXGivesBack.com. Check that out. Bookmark it. Help us out. Help injured riders. We're really happy to do that. And so, yeah, man, proud to launch this thing. Thank you to Yamaha, too. God damn, Marks, Yamaha. Amazing.
I don't know why they help you so much. It's quite unbelievable.
They are amazing, those guys. And they got also, I mentioned this as well on the Pro Circuit live Pulp MX show. They have a Yamaha OAI foundation, and there's a link on Pulp MX Gives Back about the foundation. Yamaha, which I didn't know, $10 from everything Yamaha sells. Snowmobile, generator, dirt bike, street bike, $10 goes into this Yamaha OAI fund, and they basically help out nonprofits. And you can apply on there to be a nonprofit to get some grant, get a grant from Yamaha to help you keep a riding area open or to clean up a riding area or whatever. So please check out Yamaha OAI Foundation on Pulp MX Gives Back. And yeah, really cool. So thanks, Yamaha. Appreciate that.
That is really cool. When you told me about that, I had no idea also.
I had no idea either.
Yeah, I went and looked into it. So if you're looking for someone that supports the sport like we always talk about, everyone always talks about that.
Yeah.
That's where you go. You look at Yamaha and what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic. Great job, Yamaha. Thanks for the support for me over the years as well. And, thanks to Cooper Webb as well. He's got Yamaha support. So to talk about Yamaha supporting Cooper Webb and more, we have a GP winner, a Supercross winner, Honey. He'll run number 77 as well on Pulp MX Gives Back.
I donated specifically to that fund, the 77 fund today, so hopefully it makes it. Thank you,
man. Appreciate it. Okay, look, Coop's got to stop this thing. Now, we all know the math. We've all done it. If Sexton wins out, they tie, and Sexton wins the title. I don't know if that will happen, but the odds are getting bigger, obviously, as we go along. Sexton was amazing in New Jersey. He rode incredible. Coop had nothing for him and admitted as much after the race. Now we are going to Denver and Salt Lake, the last two. Hardpack, Chase won Salt Lake last year in a great ride. He's good at Denver. He's got to stop it this weekend. With the dirt, the quality of the dirt, the East Coast stuff, the way the track's going to be, this is set up for Webb to be really good at. And I know he's done well at Salt Lake before, but that was a number of years ago. I just think, Zacho, Coop has to put his bike in front of Sexton this weekend.
Yeah, I agree. 3 weeks ago, we were having the opposite conversation that it felt like he couldn't do no wrong. And after the mutter at Foxborough, passing him on the last lap, and, Chase kind of letting 5 points get away there, or whatever it was, it felt the other way. But now, man, after an absolute stomp last weekend and just having the whole deal covered, that was unreal.
Sexton works on confidence, both good and bad, right?
He does, but like you said, I think the last two tracks favor him for sure. Dirt-wise, Coop's got to stop it this weekend, and I don't really see anybody getting between them if they're, I don't think anybody passes either of them outright if they start, in the top five. So I think, man, yeah, like you said, Coop's got to stop the bleeding.
I wrote this in my column, if AP or Cooper get a start and they take off, they're not slowing down for those two. They're not going to, they want to win the race. They want to do all of that. And if they catch them, they will try to pass them, but not at all in an aggressive way. I feel like those guys everyone's going to leave those two alone for the most part. They're not going to, take dives or anything like that, but they're going to leave them alone. You've been in there, Zacho, with guys going for the title. You want to let them all settle it. You want to let them race it out, right?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's much as far as team stuff goes. And those guys, like I said, they're head and shoulders above the rest at the moment. There's been times where we've had other situations where team tactics could kind of play a role, but right now I think that it's it's mostly all on Coop to go out there and just beat him.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm with you. Like, I think they go 1-2, 2-1, all of that. You know.
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, you just have to sit and wonder what those 8 points in Dallas would do right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can go throughout the year and look at it, right?
Yeah, but I mean that's the biggest one that stands out in my mind because it was such a big swing.
Yeah.
With him going from first to third or fourth or whatever it was massive.
Yeah, no, there's been a few chances through the year. So the whoops were really huge in New York, right? 2 sets back to back, and Chase was so good in them. I had a few people point out that Chase was better in a lot of other sectors too, but my comeback to that would be early in the race when Coop tried everything in the whoops, jumping, blitzing, going through the rut, and couldn't make it work. He settled for second, you know, and that. But to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, Zacho, when Coop sees that there is nothing he can do for those 2 sections of whoops to equal Chase or be better than him, at that point he's like, I'm just taking second. Like it's over early on, I think.
I think maybe 8 laps in, yeah, but like right off the bat, I don't think so. And
I meant more 4 or 5 laps in. Yeah.
I agree with that. You know, he's trying to save points, not lose points. You know, trying to send it in the whoops. Or obviously Chase was unreal in both sets of whoops, so it's not like he was going to find that sort of speed. You know, picking up a couple tenths here or there, jumping if you find the right jump line is one thing, but like it was a lot.
So we had this. We talked about this on Monday night, and I want to get your opinion on it because we had different people talking about it in the studio. We had Daniel Blair here, who's hit a set of whoops in his time. And people are just like, well, Coop, why can't you blitz? Like, why can't you, or Justin Cooper? Why doesn't Justin Cooper blitz? Like, it's not that they can't. It's just bike setup is what Daniel Blair is saying, and commitment. So take us through that because we know Coop can. So why can't Coop get those whoops, or even Justin Cooper get those whoops like Chase Sexton?
I mean, I think, yeah, it's ultimate, period. Like, at the end of the day, the speed you bring in, the speed you're going to bring out, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think once you have that confidence over whoops, and it just comes to you naturally to go out there and skim every time, like Chase or Eli's not much of a jumper, Jason's not much of a jumper. Like, those guys, they go every weekend, and they're positive that they're going to go there no matter what they look like, no matter how crappy they get or how tough they get, they're going to skim, right? Mm-hmm. And I just think that those guys, Coop and Jay Coop and myself included, like, I was a jumper. I was always trying to look for the jump line.
Yep.
One thing about jumping is it takes a lot of stress off the body because you can actually sort of take one breath while you're doing it.
Yep.
Whereas skimming just spikes you up. It's super hard on the body, a ton of impact, and I think that's the main difference is they go there knowing they're going to skim, whereas the other guys go there thinking about skimming, thinking about jumping or whatever. And it's full commitment from the time they wake up, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's just it's something else as a racer to probably come into a set and just be like, they're hammered, they're beat up, here I go, right? Like, I'm trying to put this into, like, a lot of people listen to this would just be like shitty riders like myself, you know? Just trying to let our listeners know, like, what's that mindset like as a racer?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was a jumper myself, but I've hit plenty of sets of, 5 o'clock test track loops that look like pavement, and it's not fun. It's not easy. It's the place where you take the most risk of crashing, and, in my opinion, as far as unless you make some sort of a mistake on a jump or something, you can be going through a set of whoops perfectly, like what you feel is perfectly, and then 3 weeks later you're on the ground,
Yeah.
And I think that people don't understand what it's like to come out of a corner and either be in third gear and click fourth gear on the starter loop and get your foot back there, or come out of the corner in fourth gear and just drop the hammer on it. It's a whole deal in itself just to overcome that, especially early days when you're just starting out skimming whoops and stuff. It's so hard to find that confidence over whoops. It's tough, and when you take a knock on the confidence, it's maybe even harder to start over. Like, I had a big crash in the whoops, and 20. That's how I got hurt. And man, there was a period before Salt Lake where I was just like doubling loops because they just had my buffalo. Like I couldn't do it anymore.
Well, and then we've talked about this a few times. Your Geico Honda days at Vegas, or was that Salt Lake? Was that Salt Lake?
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake. Like, you know, you and Eli just. I mean, there was stuff going on with your suspension and everything, but like, yeah, just mentally, you guys were done. Just done.
Yeah, and you know what, like when you have a bike issue or something like that where you miss the setup, you know, like, okay, I'm gonna go in here and I might, yard it up or whatever.
Yeah.
So you tend to back it down and try to find a different line or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that that's always the case with jumper guys. Like some guys are just more comfortable jumping, and some guys are probably faster jumping than skimming, like J-Coop. Like, he can jump just about any set of loops they go to, and he's at top of the board or very close to it doing that. So, why take the risk? Why bother?
Yep. No, absolutely. Zach Osborne here on the Fly Racing Moto 60 Show, 702-586-PULP. Give away a pair of 100% goggles as well today to a lucky caller. We got some phone calls for you. First up, it is Travis on one. What's up, Travis? Thanks for calling the show.
Hey, thanks, Steve. How you doing?
Good, man. What's up?
Hey, well, first, thoughts and prayers to Jerry. I recently did T2 through 7 last year, so it definitely, that one hits close to home, so thoughts and prayers to him and his family.
Yeah.
Question that's been on my mind here. This last weekend on the review pod, you mentioned that it sure seems like Sexton is going to Cali. About a week or so beforehand, it sure seemed it was 50-50, and there were talks like, hey, nothing's really changed. My biggest question, what changed? It sure seems like he's starting to gel with the bike and figure the bike out, or at least get the shock figured out, but that seems like a big change when things seem to be trending in the right direction.
Yeah. I'm with you. I agree. Like, it just things that I hear, just rumblings. Nothing is signed, but I think he's going there. It's one of those things where I think Chase made this comment to me after Philly, like the bike is what it is. We're not really trying to fix it or something, he said, or we're not trying to test it out, which tells me like he's still not happy with it, but he's going to ride it anyways and do really well on it, So I do think there's something going on with the bike that he's not happy. I would think the money's about the same from what I hear. I just think it's a situation where they can't get the bike where he wants it, even though look as good as he did in New Jersey, Travis. So yeah, I think he's going to go there.
Do you think he's just chasing the feeling of the Japanese bike in itself? Like, do you think that's what he's constantly chasing, is just that feel and the reaction of that aluminum frame?
Not really, because
I don't think it's a Japanese bike.
Yeah.
I think he's just chasing a feeling, and like that's fine. But once you go to your third manufacturer that you have potentially won on, like it's just hard for me to understand when you're winning like you did over the weekend how it can be that bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But once you go to your third one, like it's time. If you don't find it there, maybe look in the mirror.
Yeah. I kind of agree with Zacho a little bit. So thanks for the call, though, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. We got Nick on 3. What's up, Nick?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Just curious where I know we're living it right now, but where you'd rank this Sexton Webb down to the wire rivalry amongst other types of rivalries we've seen go toward Vegas or Salt Lake, like Tomac and New Skin, or Dungy and Villapoto, obviously Stu and Reed. Do you think it lives up to those sort of iconic battles we've seen?
Not to me. They haven't quite gotten into it yet, as much as some of those other guys that you mentioned. I don't think they don't really talk to each other from what I gather, but they're also not mortal enemies. There's a lot of respect there. So, yes, it's a good rivalry, but I don't know if I'd really put it up there. Like, also, a lot of those rivalries that you mentioned, too, that they continued outdoors, right? And right now, there's no rivalry with Sexton and Webb outdoors. Coop just hasn't been on his level. So, what do you think, Zacho?
Yeah, I don't think Chase bites that much. I think in order for it to get to that level, like a Chad Stu, they had plenty of back and forth, and Chase doesn't really take the back and forth, which is pretty cool to see. Like, he just kind of does his own thing, whether it bothers him in private or whatever. He doesn't show it outwardly. I think he shows frustration in himself, but it's not really like a heated rivalry, I wouldn't say.
He gave him the guns there, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah, but like whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you, right? Like, that wasn't a big deal. I know. I went on Race Day Live, and JB and AC were trying to play it up a little bit, and I was like, I don't know. He like made some finger guns at him. Like, it's not like he, it's not like he put his hand on his neck on the podium like Chad did to Stu or whatever. You know.
Foot gesture.
Yeah, exactly, right. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. 702-586-7857. You got a question for Zach Osborne here. Give us a call, and we'll talk more about it. Dude, Barsha has got to be Zacho in a deep hole. Like I've said this before, he starts out with AP and Malcolm, and they're at Baker's Factory, and everything's good, and they're kind of all three struggling a little bit to start the year. And then Malcolm gets a little better, wins a race. AP's gotten really better. He's podium 5 out of the last 6, I think, or 4 out of the last 5. AP's got a race win as well. And they're moving forward. They're progressing. RJ's obviously riding with him too, and he's doing his thing in the 250s. And then this weekend, Barsha's in third. AP's all over him, but like, I don't know. It seemed like Barsha had it in control, but no, he goes down. He doesn't just go down and pick his bike up and get fourth or whatever, but he crashes hard enough. I think he jacked up his bike, and it was a DNF for him. Barsha, he's got to be in a bad spot mentally.
Yeah, I mean, I was super surprised to see him kind of throw it away like that. He seemed super solid there in third, and yeah, it was a weird crash. Like typically that doesn't go that bad. The only way that I think it could go that bad is like if you hit neutral, maybe. I don't know. It was kind of strange to see it, go fully out the front door and Paco the bike and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's probably not that fun in the Barsha camp right now.
I think he's out of there next year. I don't think it's gonna. I think he's gonna go somewhere. I would put money on Ducati for him. But man, for a guy like Barsha, who like he does, and I've been critical of some of his moves over the years, obviously. But for a guy like Barsha, who gives you 110%, this has got to really hurt. I think he's just got to be like so frustrated.
Yeah, and I mean he's getting on in age, right? So those podium opportunities, you just never know when they're going to stop, speaking from experience. And I think he wants that, right? Like, he wants to perform. He put a lot of emphasis and a lot of effort to come to Aldens and do all that stuff. So, yeah, I think he's probably pretty bummed on that one.
Do you start thinking, as a racer, how do you get out of something like that? Do you start thinking like, I know he hasn't been happy with his bike, but he's been really good about not blaming it, not saying this or that. Like, how do you get out of that slump?
A good result is an easy way to. My season in 19 was sort of like that. Got hurt before the season, and then I was getting like 11th and 12th and 9th every weekend, and went to that race in New Jersey and almost won, got second, and turned my whole season around. I think I got 5th at Vegas the weekend after, and then had a really good outdoor season. So I think one result is a really easy way to turn it around. Otherwise, it's tough. Like, it's so hard to break out of that rhythm and mindset.
Yeah. Do you almost like? I think Timmy did this a couple times when I worked for him over the years. I know, like I don't think this is. Well, you tell me if this is even capable of it. But can you just take a whole week off? Just not even.
Can, but for me that was way worse because like I needed 4 days or 3 days during the week, really solid training. I needed 2 20-lap motos on Tuesday to go and feel good about myself. Like I hated those down weeks and like weeks when it would rain or week where we had press day or something like that. Like that, I needed to work more to fix it. That was my way of fixing it. Some guys can do with it that whole week off thing, but man, it was really tough for me.
Dylan Ferrandis has been riding better. He came from 13th to 5th in New York. He was good in Seattle. He was really good in the Mutter. He just crashed a bunch, but his lap times were fast. He's been riding better lately. He's got an HRC transmission as well, Zacho, so it's been helping him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we had some challenges kind of mid-season, like round 6 or 7. He had a big crash in the whoops on a Thursday at Sandbox. Banged his shoulder up. That was before Tampa, I think. And it's just been kind of steady, slow progress since then. It took a couple weeks to get his shoulder right, and since then, he's been riding a little bit less during the week, so showing up a little fresh on the weekends, and I feel like he's in a good spot right now.
We got money on YouTube from Nocturnal Heroes. Zacho's go-to cheat meal during the season.
Oh, pizza.
Pizza? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much? How many times?
Well, like the first 2 years at Alden's, I never had any dairy for like 2 straight years.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever I finally broke out of that, I would have pizza every now and then, like if it was a really good result or something. I love French fries too, so French fries occasionally on a Sunday or something was on the cards after a good weekend.
Okay, all right. We got Zeke on one. What's up, Zeke? What's happening?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
How's it going, guys? I think Sexton's gonna win this thing. I think he's fixed the mental lapse he's been having. I think he's a new guy.
Mm-hmm.
The confidence is there. And if you heard what he said to a KTM team member after he pulled off the track last week, he said, "How was that?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Yep.
I think the confidence is there, and I think he's going to pull this thing out and a green bike next year.
Hey, Zacho, if he wins this thing out, I mean, I guess like it's technically if someone else could win, but he has to beat Coop by 3 points at the net round, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I think the easiest way to see Chase winning this is winning out, and Zacho, that will be a ultimate like just clutch, absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's an absolute dinger if he can win out. I mean, the 5 rounds of 15 points thing. It's always easy to say that and nice to say, oh yeah, he could win out, but like he's making it happen. I think if he gets it done this weekend, I think he's taking it all the way.
I'm with you. I think this weekend's huge. I hate to say that and build it up, but I think this weekend's really big for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think we got a little mud on the cards, right?
Yeah, a little bit. We'll see. Hey, Zeke, you want a pair of 100% goggles?
Sure, yeah, appreciate it.
All right, thanks for the call. Stay on hold. We'll get you those goggles. Good question. Thank you. 100% Pulp MX 30 is the code to save. Maxxis tires as well. Love the guys at Maxxis. Great mountain bike tires. Jeremy McGrath developed these dirt bike tires that Cade Clayson's using, and Hunter Yoder and many other guys. Freddie Noren. Soft intermediate to hard terrain tires. Maxxis.com. Great mountain bike tires, of course, there. And the folks at Get and Athena. HRC using the Get ECUs now on the 450 side. They've won a ton on the 250 side with them, and two-stroke big bore kits as well on the Athena side of things. If you want a two-stroke CDI, four-stroke ECU, you want a discount, email us using a contact form on Pulp. We'll pass it on to Get and Athena, and you can save. It's absolute top-level electronics on a lot of great race teams out there. So thank you to the folks at Get and Athena for that. Maxxis, Decal Works, 100%. O'Neill Team Home Lending and Seat Concepts as well. Zach Osborne on the line with us. Zacho, 250 side of things, Hammaker put in a hell of a ride. 3 up right now. It's really anybody's series. Do you favor one of these or the other? We got one more here and then the showdown.
Yeah, I think Seth is just better right now. I think his speed's better. I think he's hit that confidence mark. I don't know that RJ's like 100% healthy. I haven't really asked him, but I just feel like he's riding a little bit timid for some reason, which is not really his forte. I think he's a sender. That's what gets the job done for him. But yeah, I have a hard time seeing Hammaker lose it unless there's some weird event.
Yeah, he was such a crasher and kind of sent it before. He was a little bit like RJ, and I still see RJ have moments, and we all know Foxborough first turn. We all know the first, and then the next week in Philly before the red flag, he went down again, and dude, he almost looped it out later on. I still see RJ with his moments, but I don't see Seth with moments. He told me he had a few, but I don't see him.
Yeah, I think they're much smaller than what they used to be, and probably what RJ's are as well. I think like I said, he's extremely solid at the moment. Absolutely just knocked a dinger last weekend, and there's not much more to say about it. Like he's just better. Like when you qualify a second better than the rest, that's pretty special.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. We got Kyle on one with a re-raceable suggestion. What's up, Kyle?
Hey, so I just thought of this. This is a genius level idea.
Okay.
All right. You pitched some ideas to Mitch. I'm pitching this one to you and Zacho. All right. We're coming up on 5 years for Zacho's win. The big one, 450 championship. So, how about, since you're trying for Loretta's, if you get into Loretta's, you and Zacho do a re-raceables for that historic 2-race thing there and his win. And you call it re-roostables.
Which race for Zach did we do in that title run?
He said Loretta.
Well, I mean,
he meant. I'm sorry.
Races.
I got it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I missed that part.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were the first 2 rounds, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they were iconic because it was,
No.
COVID year.
No. One was a mutter. Eli DNF'd. No, Zacho's run to the title would be Red Bud that year or WW. Those would be the ones. Those are the ones that Zacho, I thought, rode amazing.
I think if I do another re-raceables, I want to do Vegas with Joey. Like, we need to have a full, 3 hours.
That would be.
Would he do it?
Perfect.
I know he's over it. He's fine now, Zacho. Would he do it though?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking about launching a pod that we talked about with you, and we said our first episode would just be like a Vegas review and how we got here. We just maybe do just a mic drop, just on one episode. Here's how that went down. Here's 1 million YouTube views, and we're out.
Yeah. Thanks, Kyle. I
and
appreciate
you could do
that.
it.
Yeah.
Because this is Vegas this year.
Yeah,
Perfect
true.
time.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the call. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Re-Raceables is a fantastic podcast, and Zacho, I might start getting into that a little bit. You and Joey, Vegas, 2017.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. I think it would be really cool.
Yeah, I agree. Zach Osborne here on the Fly Racing Moto 60 show. All right, Zacho, Pittsburgh this weekend. Who we got?
I'm gonna go Hammock or Sexton. I think that's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just, man, I don't know. I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how you can be that much better last weekend, and even if you have a mediocre weekend, you're still winning, right?
Yeah. I mean,
in terms of chase, I don't see him going from a 20-second win to getting beat. I don't see it.
I think it was anybody but Chase. I might say sure, but goddamn, I still have some Chase Sexton mental errors in my mind here and there.
I don't know. Yeah. I like the other guy said. I think he's flipped the page a little bit. I think that Dallas was brutal hit for him. So I think, I don't know. I it's a little different right now.
Yeah. Fair enough, buddy. Well, thanks for your time. Appreciate it, and we will talk to you next week.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, see you, Zacho. All right, Zacho here on the Fly Racing Moto 60 show puts Hammaker and Sexton on the top steps this weekend in Pittsburgh. It's nice to be back in Pittsburgh for sure. Hey, I've talked about O'Neill Team Home Lending on the show. Well, they have a special deal now. They've helped countless riders and industry personnel with mortgage financing. Craig has. He's friends with Dino, so if he did the loan for Dean, he must have great rates because Dean's maybe the cheapest human of being alive. He's a mortgage expert. He'll find you a creative solution. Whether you want to refi, consolidate your debt, you want to buy a new home, O'Neill Team are there to guide you through the mortgage process. Here's a promo for Pulp listeners. Excuse me. Any loan that closes with Craig and his team using Pulp 1500 will get a $1,500 credit towards their closing costs. $1,500 towards your closing costs. Terms and conditions do apply, so reach out to Craig for more info and a free consultation, 619-535-7477, or on the web at o'neillteamhomelending.com. O'Neill is O-N-E-I-L. So $1,500 for a listener for Pulp for your closing costs. So, Marks, that mansion you're trying to close on right now, maybe you can contact Craig.
I'll probably do that.
Yeah.
Or the vacation home.
Or the vacation home.
I'll probably do that one too.
NMLS number 1942. Check out O'Neill Team on United American Mortgage for more. And brought you by the folks at PRMX and Max's Tires. This guy's actually a racer. He's going to race this weekend. Cade Clayson, what's up, buddy?
Just living the dream, brother. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for the time. Appreciate it. So right off the hop, let me just tell you here. You followed Grant Harlan into the LCQ last week.
Yeah.
In the LCQ, he got the last spot. You got fifth. But, Cade, so that sucks. But, Cade, you got 25 points in the LCQ challenge. That puts you in 17th place. I take the top 17 to the LCQ race next week in Denver. So with one race to go, you are in the last spot to get into the race. Jeremy Hand is 3 back of you. Kozad's 4 back of you. Nagy's there. I don't know if Nagy's going. But, Cade, you and Hand are battling for an automatic spot into this race.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try and I'm just trying to make the main event.
So
If I go there and like just ride around, and I mean, to be fair, last weekend I wasn't fast enough to make the main anyway, so I don't really have to try.
I mean, I don't know, dude. You were 1 second behind Harlan the whole time. I mean, if anything happens.
Yeah, but I wasn't going fast enough to pass him.
Okay.
That's the problem, you know.
Okay.
So the goal is to be in the main. I rode way better this week. I was told that I actually looked like I knew what I was doing.
Okay.
So that was a plus. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just.
So no throwing. No throwing.
No throwing.
Yeah, we are going for the main event.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Sir.
All right. Jeremy Han needs one spot as well. Yep. All right. Just checking on this, Cade.
I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I'm going to the race to race.
Pulp MX Gives Back Foundation, by the way, 501c. We launched it today. Chiz is going to ride for Jerry in the race. Pretty cool deal, Cade. Awesome job for Chiz and giving all his money to Jerry.
That is pretty sick. I will admit that is a very nice gesture to put your life on the line, literally, in one of these LCQ races for Jerry.
Anytime you're out there with Hardy Munoz, you are taking a chance.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Yes. So that's awesome. So we're trying to get $7,700 for Chiz to run the number 77. So go to pulpmxgivesback.com and yeah, absolutely give us some money. All the money goes to Jerry in his recovery. He's got a long road ahead of him. There's still hope that Jerry will get feeling back and start walking a little bit. So we're going to keep thinking about him, and hopefully that happens. Cade Clayson, 17th in the points. Cade, you've won this thing before. I mean, you won the not the race, but you won the Privateer Challenge a few years back. So, like, if I don't give you a wild card, you're going to be okay, right?
I mean, just my wife probably doesn't know anything about this.
Mm-hmm.
So if I make the main this weekend, can we just do our best to make sure she doesn't find out?
Okay, yeah,
because
we can.
The finances aren't great right now, being
right.
I missed 7 races, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I gotta go out there and do my best and try and make main events because that's what I'm here to do.
Yep.
And put in good results. If it was all about a paycheck, I'd probably be doing something else.
How is the arm? Like 100%? Like no pain, no issues, no strength issues? Or do we still have some lingering things going on?
It's a little lingering. It's more my wrist than my arm,
oh, okay.
to be honest. Just swelling in my actual wrist. But I would say it's 90% at this point. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think about it anymore when I ride, which is good.
Yep.
But it's definitely sore at different times. It honestly hurts the worst when I just do like general workouts and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Well, stay away from that. That's why I don't do general workouts. I don't want to get hurt.
Well, Zacho gives me workouts and he tells me to deal with it. So that's what I'm working on.
Yeah. What an asshole. You were much better though in New York. Like you said, you weren't fast enough to make the main. A fair point. But you rode a lot better than the first time back. You know. So. Yeah.
I mean, was I? Because, I mean, I qualified 20th in Philly, and I qualified 22nd in whatever the next one was. What was last one?
New York, New Jersey, East Rutherford, depending on how you want to call it, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. How's the Maxxis tires?
Dude, they're great.
Yeah.
I love Maxxis tires. I'm actually on the new front tire now.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Really, really
yep.
like. Yeah, I didn't get that until just recently
mm-hmm.
because they were stuck on a boat at the beginning of the season, and now they're here, so now I get to use them.
Cade Clayson here on the Fly Racing Moto 60 Show. Use code Pulp MX when you check out at flyracing.com, by the way, and you'll save with direct from Fly Racing guys. Appreciate them coming on. All right, what do you want to tackle first, Cade? You want to talk Seth and RJ, or you want to talk Webb and Sexton? What do you want to talk about first?
Dude, I don't know. They're both. It's kind of sick that both of these championships are most likely going to come down to the last round.
Yep.
That doesn't happen very often. Obviously, I think the West Championship is going to be probably a little duller.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Seth is really fun to watch right now because he's finally like mellowed out, but he still has like that kind of raw speed. Where RJ is just, I think RJ is still RJ, and he just sends it all the time.
Yep, I agree. Seth used to have moments, and he doesn't really have moments.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that, but
okay.
He's much, much better.
Yeah.
He had some moments in the whoops this weekend. He crashed in practice, and then he had multiple like good saves in
mm-hmm.
the main.
Yeah.
And I would know because I was sitting on the sideline watching.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I still see RJ with some moments for sure. Do you think Sexton, it's possible for Sexton, like, obviously it's possible, but is it a good percent possible that Sexton's going to run the table here?
I don't know that he runs the table. I think there's a better chance that Webb makes some sort of a mistake and, like, closes that gap. Like, say he goes and falls down this weekend and gets third or fourth, then all of a sudden it's very different. The problem right now is Chase not only has to beat him, but he has to win if Webb gets second.
Yeah.
Like, they can't go 2-3.
Yeah, no, it's not a big enough gap. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the biggest thing. Like, Chase is going to be full send, which is going to be very entertaining to watch the next few weeks. But I also think when we get to Denver and Salt Lake, Chase's advantage kind of skyrockets because he's so much better on the hard pack than Coop. Coop's the best on the soft tracks.
What are we seeing this weekend? Obviously, first time back since '83. What kind of dirt are we seeing? Do you have any idea?
So the boys say it could end up pretty hard. It could end up a lot like Philly, like with really hard but then super soft spots because of the rain. But they're using that like vibrating roller again on almost the whole track. So I have a feeling it's going to be very, very hard pack in some spots.
Press day has been canceled, I guess, already. So
yeah,
yeah,
yep, it has. Don't worry, I still got to do learn to rides tomorrow.
Oh, you do?
No,
okay,
but no riding.
Okay,
I do,
but no riding.
No riding.
So we're gonna end up with a little Philly, maybe with some wet spots, some grease here, but a hard base.
Correct. I'm sure by the night show it'll be really, really good. But I know that even with the rain, they're still going to get some of those soft pockets.
Who's going to mess up the track more, Corey or Ross?
It's definitely Corey because Ross wasn't there last weekend, and the track was shot basically all day. I think it got better throughout the day.
Yeah.
But, no Ross last weekend. Whoever was running the dozer, that dude just needs he needs a pay reduction ASAP.
Well, okay, hold on a second, though. Let's dive into this a little bit. So I did talk to someone from Feld a little bit last week, and they had said there was some criticisms of some of those jump faces. And I told this person, I kind of agree, man, like that, like table off and then 3 into the turn. Like, what was up with that? And there was another booter out there. I don't quite, but I was assured that even though there's no Ross, the dozer operators aren't just like picked out of the crowd. Like, these are guys that have worked all year long.
I'm just messing. Like they.
No, but there was something weird about the faces. You're absolutely right.
No, they were. They intentionally made them steeper, and I'm here for it.
Okay,
why?
I'm
I'm not against.
Why
that.
did they? What did you? Any reason?
Just to do something different,
okay.
Which is kind of sick. My biggest concern was like, okay, so the 3 out of the turn that Jerry crashed on, the gap from 1 to 2, so the first jump to the second jump, was bigger than normal. Like, that double in was big. They will say that that's not true, but they would be wrong, okay? So tip to tip of the tops, the gap is bigger. So then that tightens up the gap from jump 2 to jump 3.
Yep.
And then jump 3 was also a 5-footer, so that makes it even, like the bottom of it even bigger. And then it was super steep. So you get this tight pocket and then a super steep face. So if we went 2 in and then 3, we just went so high right there.
Yeah.
And then the same thing, you went table single and then that triple. That face was crazy steep all day. And then I heard for the main events, they laid it way down and it was way better. Because like when you watch AP try to pass Barsha over there, you can see like he blows through it way more than in the morning. Because in the morning, it was so slow that the 250 guys were literally going table and then double. And it was faster than going table, single, double.
Yep.
Which is mental. But that's just how steep the face was.
I don't mind that a little bit if you're going to switch it up, though. I'm okay with it, but it did seem weird at times to land on top, grab brakes, and go 2-2.
Yeah. No, I'm here for the awkwardness for sure. I told Alex, I was like, I apologize for so much of my criticism because the track was way better in the night show. It sucked in practice. But it was also crazy weird how hard packed some stuff was. Like the face of the triple, concrete, and then so much of the other track, like face of the finish line, was all ruts. The face of those 2 5-footers were all ruts. But the 3 in faces and the single where we jump all the way onto the table, those 2 faces were perfect. So it was a weird mixture of dirt for sure.
Yeah. Getting back to 250 series, can Vial realistically win this? He hasn't won a race all year. He's the 7 back, I think it was, I saw. Obviously, Seth.
Well, realistically, yes. If he's only 7 back, yes, he can still win. Do I think he wins? No.
Yeah, okay, so realistically, of course he can because anything can happen. But is there a chance Is there a probability that he just say wins outright and takes this title? Like how, or is it so remote? Is this a remote chance of like you winning a 450 main event?
No, I don't think it's that remote. But thanks for throwing me under the bus like that, guy. No, I mean if he could go out and say win this weekend, and if something happens to RJ, then they go to Salt Lake. Then it's really up in the air because those showdowns, anything can happen. Vial gets one good start and they get bad starts, then it's almost his right there. I think he needs to win this weekend for it to happen because the odds of them both having terrible Salt Lakes is unlikely. But it is possible. I mean, look at the chaos that happened in not Knoxville, Nashville last year.
Oh yeah, Nashville, right? Yeah, Knoxville.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I was like, I couldn't think of the town. So I mean, it is possible for absolute chaos to happen, but it is also unlikely.
Yeah. Cade Clayson here on the Fly Racing Moto 60 show. Code Pulp MX when you check out at flyracing.com. Thanks to the folks at Seat Concepts, man. They've been around for a long time, and they have proprietary seat foams, complete seats, all of it, seatconcepts.com. Pulp25 is the code to save with those guys. Phoenix, Honda running the Seat Concepts as well as some other teams out there. Thanks to the folks at Seat Concepts, dual sport stuff, motocross stuff, all of it, Pulp25, code to save with Seat Concepts, and they've been in business since 2019, so ride the world with those guys. Also, O'Neill Team Home Lending, 100%, Decal Works, Get, and Maxis all on board with us. All right, back to 450s a little bit, Cade. Speaking of Phoenix or Seat Concepts. No, speaking of Seat Concepts, Dylan's been riding better lately. I talked a little bit about Zach Osborne. He was on the Monday show talking about just how gnarly the 450 field is, as you know, and as you can test to. He said even with the injuries, it's really hard to be up there as much as you want, and he'll take the top 5. But Dylan's been riding better.
Dylan has been a lot better, and I think part of it might stem from the fact that he's just angry that he didn't get that Honda fill-in.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I don't know why he would expect to get that fill-in. He rides for a legitimate team. He gets a salary, all that stuff. When you're one of those guys, you don't, it's hard to bail on your current deal. You know how mad David Eller would have been?
No, he said they were fine with it. I asked him about that exact same question. He said Phoenix would have let him go.
Huh. Okay.
Yep.
That's odd to me because I can tell you that Julian would not be stoked if, one of his 250 guys who was crushing it, say Hunter, was like, hey, man, Star wants me to come fill in. Julian would not be pumped.
Right. Yeah, I mean, what people don't understand is these fill-in rides aren't much money. It's just strictly fill in and see you later,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Are you impressed that Dean Wilson went from 17th to 9th in 1 week? Because I kind of was. I actually lost money on him.
Yeah, it was a little surprising. I was funny. I called Christina and John Starling, and I'm like, yo, can you guys get Dino out of our practice? Just let him go to A.
Oh, he wants to. Yeah.
Well, he was 3 seconds fast. I was second, and he was 3 seconds faster than me. I didn't have a very good practice, but I'm like, dude, if he's 3 seconds faster than me, he's got to be 8 seconds faster than last, and that's just dangerous. But I think he's out of it now, so he should be, honestly, even better in qualifying because he crushed it this past weekend. He was 8th or something.
Yeah, he honestly, and I think Craig had this. Christian came back and rode the B practice the first time he came back, and then he was A the next week. And I really thought I'd see Dean back in A practice the second week. First week I get, but second week I thought he'd be in A again, but nope.
Well, it was based off points, and that is how they've done it all year, which is fair. They're trying to be consistent. And Christian scored enough points at his first round to get on the bubble with all the guys that were hurt. Dean did not have that luxury, so he had to go and score more points.
Yeah, if there's guys missing, they just go down the list till there's 22 for people who
Which they didn't used to do. They used to do the top 20 in points, or I'm sorry, they would take the top 20 active riders in points, so that could be 25th if someone's hurt, and then they would save the last 2 spots for guys that are hurt and just coming back, or fast qualifiers.
Yeah, fast qualifiers.
Yeah, guys who crush practice but then suck in the races. Yeah.
So what, they've changed that to just 2 points now only? Because I thought it was both still.
Yeah, they changed it to just 2 points now.
Oh, okay. Look, there's a big battle for Beta's #1 rider. We had a nice lead, myself and Mitch Oldenburg, over that Benny guy. But Benny has been closing a little bit. We got 3 rounds to go for the top Beta rider. And let me quickly pull up the points here. It is It is 6 points. We are up 6 points on Benny. So who do you like to come up as Beta's number one rider at the end of the year?
Oh, I'm a Benny guy, dude. I got to support my boy.
Well, why isn't Mitchell your boy?
Well, because he's just not. I mean, he's not. I guess an acquaintance, maybe a consultant if I needed something. But Benny's a really good friend of mine, so I got to support my guy.
Yeah, I'd prefer you not to just go off your feelings for somebody. Can you just analytically tell me?
Yeah, but he's a great rider. They're both great riders. They're both signed for next year, so you can support your guy, and I can support my guy. I don't really care why you support Mitchell, do I? I think Benny is great. I think he's going to be good. Any track that have whoops, and they're building the tracks gnarlier here at the end of the year, so when the track's gnarlier, Benny is a better rider. So that's what I'm going with.
All right, fine. Jeez, you sound angry, Cade. Jesus.
Well, you're coming at me. I gave you a reason, and you backed it.
Yeah, your reason was because Benny's my friend. This isn't the fifth grade. This is a race show breaking down the analysis. This isn't just fifth grade. I like this person better.
It's called being a fucking friend. You should try it sometime.
Thank you.
That's a really
timely, wasn't it?
Oh, timely.
Yeah.
Good job,
Very
Marcus.
good.
Very good job. What do you? Speaking of that, our guy Alex is a father.
It's so crazy, right?
How is he a father? Mark's
cool story, Hansel.
I mean, I can kind of see. It's kind of surprising he wasn't before this. To be fair, but
yeah,
it is a scary thought. I sent him a birthday gift, or not a birthday gift, a baby gift.
Yep.
Right after he was born, and I can't wait for it to get there.
It's amazing. Alex Ray, father. Yeah.
And you know his birthday was yesterday, right?
Yeah, I saw his birthday too. Yeah, unbelievable. Hey, let's talk a little bit about PRMX, guys. Obviously, Hunter Yoder's been doing his thing. Chambers has been getting better. Mitchell Harrison has been doing okay. Break down your team for us, Cade, here on the show. Like, what's your thoughts on each guy?
I think Mitchell's finally finding his stride. I mean, people forget how good Mitchell was, not that long ago when he rode for Star. And
I mean, he made a podium outdoors. He's got on the block.
I mean, remember Redbud when he almost beat Zacho? Like, he led the Moto until, 2 minutes to go.
No, I don't remember
that.
No, I don't, but yes, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they send it to our team group chat all the time of just the two of them duking it out. But, Mitchell's crushing it. I think he's finding his stride on a Supercross on a 450. He crashes way less now, so I think he's really coming into his own. Yodi is kind of an animal now that he's, fully healthy, fully fit again. I can't wait to watch him outdoors because he's kind of an animal. And then Jack, I think the biggest thing for Jack is just confidence. The days he's riding good, and
I've heard during the week he's a practice bike hero. He's a practice hero a little bit. Is that true?
That I've heard that. I feel like he's one of those kids though that also has really good days and really bad days.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just difficult to kind of grow out of that. I mean, you got to think this is only his second season of racing Supercross, so he's still pretty young in that era, I guess, of knowing how to ride Supercross properly because he left for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually really excited to see him ride outdoors too. With all that time in Europe, maybe he's a complete savage when he gets on an outdoor track.
Is Harrison doing outdoors?
Yeah, so I know for sure I'm doing 7 of them.
Uh-huh.
Mitchell's doing all of them. Hunter's doing all of them. Jack is doing all of them. And then I think they're working on Finnis.
Oh, I thought Finnis was just Supercross. Okay, I didn't know he was going to be out there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a work in progress still.
Do you know Finnis at all?
I mean, he was at club the whole time I've been at club.
True, right. He's a different dude. He's a little different dude.
He's a different dude. He's a good family.
Yeah, I'm not. It's no hate comms. I'm not saying he's a shitty guy. He's a different guy.
No,
yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know. I'm here for it.
Okay. Can I get any Phil Nicoletti reports on Cowie outdoors?
I haven't really been around him. He lent me a fork guard the other day.
Oh, okay.
But that's it. We collaborated on some testing, which was very nice. We've been talking about specs and different things on the motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually I don't know if I can say that on the air. Actually, never mind.
Yeah, you can. You can say it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Just go ahead.
Okay. So because you're doing Soupy and he's riding outdoors, so no scouting reports.
No scouting report. I think I'm going to start riding outdoors next week.
Does he like his bike?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So he's literally on our setup. They went and got TCD suspension. So they're working with our suspension guy, and they went to our motor guy and got basically our motor package.
Oh, wow. Okay, because they had a suspension guy over there doing Canadian guy stuff.
Yeah, no, they're using our guy.
Well, okay, all right. Well, breaking news then, I guess.
Breaking news. So that's why we were collaborating on some stuff.
Right. Okay, all right. Well, I look forward to seeing. He's low keying playing himself off as he's not going to beat Dylan or Jess. Jess has been at club, right?
Dylan or Jess.
Jess has been at club. Jess has been at club.
He has been. I only saw him one day, and again, he was riding outdoors. So the club is so big that like you could. You know what's hilarious is a good friend of mine's been there for a week, never saw him. Didn't even know he was there.
Right.
Like it's
different tracks, different programs, different things. Right?
It's like being on different sides of the state. Seriously, you can walk around that place and not see anybody. It's obnoxious.
Cade Clayson here on the Fly Racing Moto 60 show. All right, Cade, give me your winners. Zacho went Seth and Chase. Give me your winners for Pittsburgh.
All right, I'll go Chase and RJ.
Okay.
Let's tighten this thing back up.
Yeah.
And get winner take all going into the last one. I want Chase to win. Chase is really like a good dude. Like he's one of those factory guys that'll like come up to me and be like, "Hey, Cade, how's your day going?
Right.
Did you jump that? Oh, nice." You know. That's why I really like Chase.
Yep. No, I agree. Yeah, he's a really nice guy, and I deal with him more on the media side of things, but he's always good to talk to. So, awesome. Well, hey, listen, Cade, thanks for the time. Appreciate it. We will see you. Do you want to go to dinner tomorrow night, or?
I'm okay. Thank you.
You sure? I mean, I'll buy.
I'm good.
I'll buy.
Yeah, I'm good. Maybe that was the problem. You didn't buy the night I got hurt.
I was going to, and Lewis told me not to.
That's fine. You don't have. I never expect you to buy me dinner when we go out to dinner, but every other time you have bought me dinner, and you didn't buy me dinner that night, and I got hurt. Just to be clear.
Okay. Well, listen. If you want a spot tomorrow night in Pittsburgh, you hit me up.
And to be fair, you didn't buy Chance dinner either, and he nearly got hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, that was scary. That was on Thursday, though. I didn't think that Friday thing carried over.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just dinner in general.
Yeah, maybe it's just dinner.
Listen,
thanks for the time, Cade. Appreciate it as always. Good luck this weekend. I'm sure I'll see you. And thanks, buddy. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. Talk
See ya.
to you later.
All right, that's Cade Clayson, everybody, here on the Fly Racing Moto 60 show. FlyRacing.com. Max's Get. Decal Works. 100%. O'Neill Team Home Lending. Seat Concepts. Marks.
Drop it like it's hot.
Good job, man. Great work.
Thank you.
Tits.
Yeah.
Awesome job, buddy.
Yeah.
Way to go. Woo. Nice work. The Tits Legendary.
This is an outrage.
Coming in hot.
Wow.
Working hard. Showing up early.
Unbelievable.
Grinding.
I'm leaving.
See you next week, everybody.